out there. This is Dr. Rick Goodman with the Solutions Oriented Leader Podcast. And today I've got a special guest with me. I've got Scott Lesnick here. And Scott is a high content international keynote speaker. Not only is he a high content international speaker, he's got an amazing TED Talk out there that I'll tell you at the end. He's got an incredible story. But today we're going to be talking about how to successfully navigate change. And Scott's big on change, so he's going to share with us how he would successfully navigate change and some tips for you today also. So Scott, thanks for being here today.
Rick, it's a pleasure. These are unprecedented times for all of us. Change is a big topic. I, like you and others, are change experts, leadership experts, and this is something passionate to me because right now, instead of being on the road, flying and being at conferences throughout North America and around the globe, we're at home dealing with change on our own. So I wanted to share with people some things that are working for me and others say are helping them.
Great. So how can we make it through COVID, stay healthy, and still have some fun?
That's a lot right there. Really, in my opinion, the biggest thing is still sleep. I know that sleep patterns might be changing because we're not driving into the office or coming back and in traffic as much, but getting 7 to 9 hours is still essential. So whether you keep your regular sleep pattern or you move it a little bit, but are still getting those 7 to 9 hours, that's essential. And the other thing that should be easier for most of us now, even if it's a walk around the block with or without a face mask, you have to get some exercise to stay sane, to get perhaps out of other people's space for a little while for their sanity, and to just think and to back off of the day and what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. That's some great advice. It's funny because I just set up my Wii after about 18 years last night to start getting some exercise in the house and give myself a little bit of competition with myself. So certainly that's some great advice, especially sleep, because, you know, looking out there on social media, I've seen so many people that are not getting sleep. They're up every hour. And certainly that's going to tear down your body and wear on you after a little bit of time. So
right,
now, what do you do to stay sane and work out and eating and all that? What's your secret?
My secret, first of all, at the end of the day, a couple of times a week, my wife and I like to have Zoom hors d'oeuvres, cocktails, and meals with friends all over the place. We book time with them so that we can have the same interaction that we're doing, except we're not hugging, and I'm a big hugger, and we're not able to be in the same space, but we're still able to share time, talk about things, let people vent, or sometimes we'll go, look, no politics, no this, no COVID, let's just talk about happy things, and that tends to help too. So that's a big deal for me. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm spreading out health and foods that I love, so that I can kind of eat in combination things that are good for me and things that keep me sane. So fruits and vegetables and nuts, I'm still doing that. But am I mixing it with cookies and burgers and pizza? Yes, I am. But getting that mixture in there is still essential because our body is going through so much mentally, physically, emotionally, that we have to keep it balanced. And again, you being a doctor, you know about this better than most. The eating, the sleeping, and also mixing it with some fun tend to keep me more balanced. And it seems to be working with a lot of friends too.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's some great tips. I mean, I found myself today getting on the scale and it was not a good thing. So I right back said, you know what, I got to go back to what I would normally do if we were living in a normal world and keep my routine. So I think, you know, one of the things that I see that people aren't doing is getting into a routine. And I think keeping some sort of a routine, not a whole 8-hour day, but certainly planning for taking some time. There's no rush to get anywhere right now. You can get some things done, but planning some sort of an outline or routine so you know what to expect. So you're not just planning your midnight meal or your dinner at breakfast time.
It's very true. I'm a runner, so I'm still continuing to run. And where I live in South Florida, the weather is nice, but I grew up in the north and I ran in all sorts of weather outside for decades. But it still helped keep me balanced. That, a little bit of yoga, and I have a cinder block now. I can't go to my gym. None of us can go to our gym. So I'm using a cinder block as weights, and I'm doing whatever I can to kind of keep a normal routine going on exercise. My wife she started yoga a month ago. She's loving getting back into what she was doing for a while about 10 years ago, and it's helping her. So just those little things that aren't social media, that aren't work, that aren't business related, tend to bring us back down to earth and give us time to breathe and settle in.
Right. And certainly I love what you said about, having those virtual hors d'oeuvres, because, social distancing doesn't mean social disconnecting.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's amazing. There's laughter going on, and there's feeling, and the endorphins that, the smiles I see on people's face and on mine when I'm connecting and talking with people, it's genuine and it's so important. So I've been telling people, and we've been sharing, and I've been seeing all over the internet, don't lose those connections. And I know you're known for many things, but one of the things you do is you're a great connector. In leadership, you connect with people all the time, and I see you on social media adding value, your podcast and so forth. You're out there making sure that A, you're helping people, and B, that you're staying connected too. So Dr. Rick can, keep both feet on the ground and help others.
Certainly the giving it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
We give because it makes us feel good also. So, that's part of doing it. It's not just in the getting, it's in the giving. So, when you're reaching out to other people and just connecting with them, it certainly gives you that good feeling of purpose in a time when you may feel that you're off purpose and like our friend Dan says, off balance a little bit. Dan Thurman, he likes to be on balance and on purpose. Right now, some of us could be feeling a little bit off balance and off purpose.
I think that would be all of us. I'd like to see a show of hands who don't feel that way. I don't think there'd be many hands going up.
Right. So do you have any working tips from home?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was thinking about this a while ago. I wanted to figure out what I was going to do because, as speakers, we kind of have this work from home thing down. Some of us are more successful at it than others, not in the business standpoint, but in the taking care of ourselves. So things that have worked for me in the past, and now this umbrella includes so many tens of millions of people, the biggest thing for me is taking breaks. Sometimes we forget we're in the zone. We're working on something for work. We're on social media and we're not taking breaks. So what I do is I literally set a timer. There's fun ones you can get and apps, but it's on my phone. And Rick, every 60 to 75 minutes or 45 minutes, if I've been working too hard, that goes off. And when it goes off, the rule is I stop what I'm doing. I'll finish the sentence or something. Then I stop and I have to take 15 to 30 minutes. I force myself to do whatever. I can pick weeds. I can play with my dog. I can make some food as long as I'm, as Bernie Mac used to say, chillaxing for a while and backing away from sitting down and being in front of the computer and hunched over.
Right. Great tip, because you can sit in front of the computer. Next thing you know, it's 6 o'clock at night. You're dead.
Yeah, and TV helps too. I mean, I know we're doing Netflix and people are doing Amazon and Hulu and all these things and Apple TV, but that's important too. So sometimes during the day, and I give myself permission, I take a half-hour break or an hour break. I watch some TV. Again, I relax for a little while. Then I get back in to what I was doing. And again, the other thing that's helped me a lot is I'm staying off of social media a little bit more during the day because it's fun. There's action, there's information, there's all sorts of things to engage. But sometimes I go down that hole and I'm like, oh, it's been 50 minutes. I probably should stop watching videos and replying to posts.
Mm-hmm. And that I guess goes right back to the routine. You've got a routine set up for you, a system. So really everybody should have some sort of a routine, something that kind of keeps them in line, but also something that gives them regular mental, physical breaks from everything going on, because nothing's going to move fast at this point.
And you're right. And you and I know this. We're not new to this sort of lifestyle, but we're new to staying at home, not leaving our house unless it's important. And all these things are strenuous on all of us. I almost miss flying on a plane again. I mean, for a while it was getting a little tedious, but now I'm like, it'd be nice to travel again and get back out there and, stay at
I love getting on a plane. So
yeah, and I'm looking forward to that happening. A new adventure, whether it's Fargo, Fresno, or Fremont, whatever, someplace that just have, a new experience. So that's a change for us for sure.
Great. Any other positive thoughts you'd like to add?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. That's a great question. Stay connected is the biggest thing I can say that's been working for me. I've been reaching out to people, and some people that I thought maybe I didn't have the time to reach out to because my life was so busy, like I think many of us. And I'm reaching out to some of those folks too, and that's happening. I'm reaching out to folks is good. And positive things for me, things that have helped balance me is I stopped watching so much news. Mm-hmm. Rick, the news is wonderful and it's deflating. And it was sending me down this spiral where it was difficult. So when I stopped and I kind of disconnected for a week, if something's essential, somebody tells me, or it's on social media, or you get a text. So I stopped watching so much news. I did a little bit more reading, and I started enjoying spring. I mean, it's this wonderful time of year with regrowth and things becoming green that you can just take a walk. And the other thing that works for me, and I know you're a big proponent because we talk about this as our family. So with your kids and my kids, we call them. We tell them we love them. We tell them we miss them. And because our kids are grown, yours and mine, they may roll their eyes a little bit, but they give us a pass. They let dads and moms do that because they know it's important to us. Probably is important to them, but they're not going to let us know. But it kind of makes me feel good just to hear their voice because we can't hang. Sure. We don't fly around to each other like we used to.
It's funny because I had called my son this morning to tell him about the Wii baseball and all the people in the lineup because I forgot after 18 years who was playing. And he said, all right, Dad, I got to jump. So we'll connect later. So I guess, that's the new thing. They got to jump, they got to connect later. But again, it's just reaching out to people, letting people know you care, letting your clients and other people know you care. But really, it's taking care of yourself, making sure that you're taking care of yourself because this is going to pass. But if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to come out this a lot worse than when we went in.
So are you going to continue with Wii? Are you going to do Wii tomorrow?
I am Wiiing tonight. I'm going to do Wiiing on my breaks. I get in there and play a few games of tennis.
Is it kicking your butt?
Whatever I can do. I play a few games of baseball, and then I've got the Wii Fitness, the balance board. So we're going to get into the Wii Yoga. And really,
you're going to get in a wee bit of shape, aren't you?
I'm going to get in a wee bit of shape because we've got nothing else going on here but to focus, get in shape, take care of ourselves, and help other people. So that's what it's really all about.
You mentioned that twice, and I wanted to circle back around. Our clients right now, and you and I have talked about this off the air, they're looking for a connection. They're looking for some content that we can just offer up if we can help them to let them know we're there. That means a lot too, not necessarily going in and selling and doing all this, but staying top of mind. A lot of these folks need some of the presentations and takeaways that we deliver. So sometimes that helps. And I've got clients that I reach out to on a daily basis. And what's cool about that is we get away from the business and we talk about life too, and we share what's going on personally. And that adds that tight connection that I think we're all looking for, that human connection that we all need right now, above and beyond business, putting food on our table and all those other things.
Great. And how can people get in touch with you?
The easiest way is scott@scottlesnick.com. Lesnick. That's my email. My website's scott@scottlesnick.com. My website's www.scottlesnick.com. Or they can just call you and ask for my number.
There you go. Well, thanks so much for being on the Solutions Oriented Leader podcast today, adding value. Stay safe, keep making it happen, and keep adding value to the world. You're doing a great job. Thanks,
Rick. Thank you, too. And I appreciate everything you do, too. It makes a big difference in a lot of people's lives. I know that.
All right. Stay home and stay safe, Scott.
All right, pal. You too.
Take care.
To learn more about solutions-oriented leadership, please visit our website at rickgoodman.com or feel free to email me at info@rickgoodman.com, and please subscribe to the Solutions-Oriented Leader on iTunes or your favorite podcast app to get your weekly episodes automatically.